Alright, back to doing some more maintenance on the 1994 ZZR1100 ZX11. Removing the airbox. I've already taken out all the screws, as you can see. Remove the tank, it's over there. To remove the tank, all you need to do is remove these 4 bolts right here, and then remove this hose here, and where's it at? This plug right here. So you remove those plugs, the hoses. Make sure that you put your pet cock on the off position, or else you spill gas everywhere. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh no, look at all that dirt in there. That can't be good. Yeah, that thing's dirty. I'm gonna need a new one of those. So let me break this thing up a little bit more and see what the rest of it looks like. So to get to the spark plugs on the 1994 ZX11 is quite a feat. I had to remove the airbox here, the tank, the seat, all the piping over here. This is, wow, just so I can get to the spark plugs right there and replace them. So, wish me luck on getting it back together. So, here's a little hint. Just do one spark plug wire at a time if you're not replacing the wires. That way you don't get mixed up and you put them back where they're supposed to go. Just something I do. So here's what we pulled out of the hole. I'm pretty sure it was time to replace the plugs. Are these from 1994 also? Maybe it's the first time they've been changed. So I replaced number 3 and I just pulled out number 4, and the number 4 looks a lot better than the number 3. What could cause that? If you guys know, let me know. Put down in the comments what you believe it is, what's causing the number 3 to look so poor and the number 4 to not look so bad. Thanks. So I replaced all the spark plugs. Now I'm putting the airbox back on. Cleaned out the filter since I don't have a replacement yet. I'll have to get me a replacement one soon. And let's get this thing back together. Hopefully. So the spark plugs swapped out. I got it mostly back together. I'll finish up here in a minute, but it crunk up fine. Sounds like it's warming up faster, so I'm happy with it. Seems like it needed up pretty good. Yeah, it sounds good. All right, let's take this on the first ride since I've bled the clutch and changed out the spark plugs. So now the brakes are good, spark plugs, coolant. These are all things I should have done when I first got the motorcycle, but I didn't. So let's take off. So yeah, this clutch action is a whole lot better. This bike rides good now. Feels good. Yeah, I know it's going to be running cooler. It feels just a whole lot better. It's a lot better experience riding on this thing with it. Just the brakes, the clutch, everything, and the spark plugs being swapped out makes a huge difference in how this thing runs. I can tell you right now, this thing is quick. Let's stop, add a little petrol to this thing, since I just put like 0.75 gallons in last time. So, because I didn't want this tank to be full when I removed it to put the spark plugs in. Also, here's a note. My steering is feeling a little bit heavy right now up front. So when I get home, I'm going to check the air in my front tire. That's probably going to be the culprit. Normally when your steering is heavy on these bikes and it feels like it's not turning as fast, it's because the tire is low on pressure to the majority of the time. That's one possibility that it could be. So always check your tire pressure. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. Maintenance on these things is imperative. It's imperative to keep up with the maintenance on these motorcycles, because you've only got 2 tires underneath you. You got to make sure they're going to be there when you need them, because if they're not, well, you're going to have a bad day. because yeah, you don't want a blown tire on a bike. So if you're riding your bike and that rear tire looks like it's showing threads, you might want to go get that thing changed out, swapped out, get you a new one, because you don't want that thing blowing on you at 100 miles an hour, at 80 miles an hour. That's a good way to end yourself or harm yourself really badly, and you need all the traction you can get. So my advice is, if you got a tire that's balding and you can't afford to replace it, just stop riding the bike till you get that taken care of. I know it's going to be hard to not get on your bike and ride it, but man, it's so much safer for you not to be on it with a rear tire that's showing white threads. I know when I was younger I used to do that. Luckily I survived it, but I mean, it's not a good situation to be in. Yeah, I am enjoying working on this thing, getting all the maintenance taken care of, all the stuff that I can handle. So now I need to take it somewhere to get the valves done, and I want to have a Dynojet jet kit put into the carburetors, because I think that's going to liven this thing up even more. And just have the carburetors looked at one more time, because I think it's still sticking. And you know, with this ethanol fuel just eats your carburetors up. So make sure you put that ethanol treatment into your bike every time you fill it up. I left mine at the house and I'm about to put gas in it, so as soon as I get home I'll put the recommended amount in. Oh yeah, I know y'all like the way that sounds. Now, since I don't ride this all the time, I'm not going to fill it up all the way, because I don't want that gasoline sitting in this bike, especially that, well, we call it down here as Obama gas, because he was in office and he pushed for it. So that's how come you got ethanol gasoline right now. And yeah, ethanol is not a stable fuel. It deteriorates and it will destroy your engine. Well, your carburetors. How about that? It'll destroy your carburetors. Yeah, so I put 2 gallons in this thing, so now it's ready to roll for a little while. And if I decide to take it somewhere for a long trip, well, then I will fill it up. But I don't want that ethanol fuel sitting in here. Now, as soon as I find a gas station with straight black gas, no ethanol in it, I'll fill it all the way up, and I'll run that for a while. That's the best thing for carburetors. I mean, this is old school tech, and if you want to keep them going, then you need to either use that ethanol treatment in your gasoline, or find straight gasoline with no ethanol in it, because that's what they were built for. That's what it was intended for. So if you got a lawnmower or a weed eater at your house and it keeps breaking down, you don't understand, it's from the ethanol in the fuel tearing up your carburetor. You got tiny jets in there, and this ethanol gums it up, and it just destroys them. And working on carburetors, I'm not very good at it. If I have a hard time fixing the carburetor on a weed eater, then I'm probably not the best person to be looking inside these. Just saying. Yeah, redneck mechanics are us. Yeah, I will jack that up all day long. Not happening. I might as well just throw the things away if I look into it and I start poking around. Yeah, just throw them away. They're no good. I jacked it all up. But yeah, doing the maintenance on this ZX11, this 1994 ZX11, just feels so much better. It rides better. Next thing I want to do, like I said, I want to get the valve checked. I want to put that kit in here, and I would like to buy some springs for the front and some new fork springs, and swap out the fork oil and everything, because I know the fork oil has never been changed. If the brake fluid hasn't been swapped out and the clutch fluid hasn't been swapped out, I know the fork oil has never been changed in this thing. And yeah, the carburetor still needs some work, because just then I was trying to give it gas in a lower gear while I was in lower RPM range, it didn't want to go. Like right now it's going because I dropped it down. But yeah, that means the carburetor still needs some work, and I'm not the guy to do that. So I gotta take it to somebody for that. But the bike is still reliable, it's still fun to ride. I just gotta drop it down the gear. Pretty much it. Yeah, and for $2,000, I mean, you can't complain. You can't complain about that. You're getting what you pay for. If I would have spent 15 grand on a newer bike, yeah, well then I could complain. But I paid $2,000 for this thing, and that was 6 months ago, and I just got around to doing the maintenance to it. So it's got fresh oil, it's got a fresh filter, brake fluid, clutch fluid, the radiator fluid has been replaced. What's this guy doing? I guess he don't realize that's a fast lane. Maybe you don't know. Fast lane is left lane. If you're going to go slow, then get your ass out of it. Get out the fast lane. That's what you do. And all these people like just down here in Florida, they love to just hang out and ride dead in the fast lane. This is the passing lane. How can people pass you if you're occupying the passing lane the whole time? That's not what it's built for. It's not what it's meant for. Why don't we enforce those laws? I don't know. I guess what, they're petty? I don't know. Probably not, because if you got people to stay out of this lane that aren't passing, you would get rid of all the road rage. There wouldn't be more road rage because people would know how to go. The only time there would be road rage is when people is occupying this lane and just riding in it. It's not meant to be ridden in and hung out in. You know you like the way that sounds. You know you do. Look at that. They stopped way back there trying to stop me from going over here. People are just rude when they drive. What do y'all think about those slingshots? I'm not a big fan. Especially during bike week and stuff, because those guys love to sit there and go really slow. And we're on two wheels. And I don't think they've ever ridden a motorcycle and understand that you got to go a certain amount of speed or the bike is not going to stay up. We can't go 1 mile an hour. Well, some people can. If you guys have ever watched those slow motorcycle races, like who can go the slowest, that is crazy. That's insane. I don't know how they keep those motorcycles up. Yeah, so look that up on a YouTube video, slowest motorcycle race, and you'll be amazed at these people keeping these bikes up and taking 30 minutes to go 5 feet. I don't know how you do that. Not on a motorcycle. How you keep it up like that? They're better than me. That's for sure. Universal Orlando Annual Pass Holder. If anybody ever looks at those stickers and wonder what it means, UOAP. That you're an annual pass holder. You should go there whenever you want. Depending on the pass you got anyway. So yeah, this bike definitely feels better. It still needs more work. It definitely needs more work, but we're going to get there. And I'm going to keep this bike. There's no reason for me to let it go. For what, $2,000? I put more time and effort into it than $2,000. Just into the maintenance to make sure it's running right and it's running good. And I'm going to continue to do so too. Keep these things running. You never know. Maybe it'll be worth money later on. Doubtful, because it's already got 22,000. I think those bikes that they got at auction, they're all original and stuff like that. I got this thing to ride. Yeah, I got this thing to ride. Not to look at. So yeah, I think I took care of that red light issue just by swapping out the coolant. I think that was what the light was coming on for. I don't know why. I looked at the owner's manual, it didn't say that, and didn't say anything about that. Just if the red light came on and the bike was over like 1700 RPMs, then stop the motorcycle, pull on the side of the road, and turn it off. But once I got over 1700, the red light goes off. and now I haven't seen it come on, so I think we fixed that. Yeah, this thing is quick. Look at that. I'm doing 50 miles an hour, second gear. I'm not trying to go fast, just twisting a little throttle, just a little bit. Again, I'm not trying to compare this to GSXR guys with the new 20, 23, 22, 20 bikes. I know they're faster, but this thing is quick. Yeah, so anytime you got a bike that used to be the fastest motorcycle in the world, I'm pretty sure it's always going to be relevant. Yeah, it is what it is. I can still do 186 miles an hour on this thing. Not that I've tried 186 yet, but I've definitely gotten into the hundreds for sure. So up ahead is the tallest mountain in Florida that we're going to be on. I know I've said this on my Street Glide videos, but I don't think the same people watch Street Glide videos as watch the ZX11 videos. So, or the Street Bob videos, the old ones. Yeah, so anytime you've got a tall mountain in Florida, it's not a mountain. It's a hill. They call it a mountain, but it's a hill. Yeah, here we go. Let's pass these people. Yeah, anytime they say, oh, there's a mountain in Florida, well, this is the hill they're talking about. And I think that's it right there. I mean, look, yeah, that's a hill. It's not a mountain. We don't have mountains in Florida, but this is the closest thing that we got to it. And it's probably the prettiest scenery that we have in Florida, I think. Besides beaches, of course. The beaches are always pretty. When you look out, you can see that. I don't know, is that it? Let's see. Let's go around here. Let's see if we can figure out, where do you guys think I'm at the tallest point in Florida? Because we're going to go up a little bit more here. Is this it? Maybe this is it. This is a mountain. What do you guys think? Is this a mountain in Florida? This is a mountain. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember what name they said. What mountain, whatever. But yeah. So this is what we call a mountain in Florida. Yeah, I think that's it. This must be the top. Well, which part's taller? That part back there or this part here? Or maybe right there. That looks more elevated than right here, so maybe that's it. What's this? What I don't understand. So now we're going up even further. Up this mountain. Going up further up this mountain, and this must be it. This, or is that it? I don't know, man. What do you think? Is this it? Maybe that's the mountain over there? I'm not really sure. I'm confused. Are you guys confused with me? Yeah, I'm not thinking this is a mountain at all. But it is kind of funny for us to call it a mountain in Florida. So, here we are. This is the top. How about that? Anyway. Yeah, I'm just out having fun and enjoying myself on this ZX11. The world's former fastest motorcycle. Yeah, I know it's not really relevant today as far as fastest is, but it's still a relevant motorcycle for sure. It's still fast. It's not 200 horsepower fast like these new Gixxers have, 1000s that is, or what's the new Hayabusa got, 170 something. Yeah, but it still sounds amazing. It feels amazing. And the more work I do to it, what are you doing, guys? Stay over there. Don't be coming over my lane. Just stay your butt on your side. That's not going to work out for me. Yeah, but the more I work on this thing and the more maintenance I do to it, the better it feels. The better it feels. Uh-oh, what's that up ahead there? I think that's a popo sitting in the middle of the road. Nope, they're turning. All right, good. Yeah, better it feels, quicker it feels, and more stable. Yeah, this is just fun bike to ride. Just riding motorcycles in general is just fun. It's just fun to do. I mean, and zipping through traffic, you can maneuver traffic way better on a motorcycle than you ever could in the car, because all these people like to get over here into the passing lane and just hang out. That's not what it's for. Newsflash, everybody. Newsflash, you're part of the problem if you're hanging out, riding in the passing lane with people around you who want to go faster than you. So just move over. Move over like I just did, and don't occupy the passing lane. That's for people that want to go faster than you. And you're not a police officer, so mind your own business. Mind your business. I know it's hard for people to do, but mind your business and keep your butt out of the way, because you're the problem. You're the one that creates the animosity on the roads by riding over there and not paying attention to the laws and being a nonchalant, unobservant driver. So that's fast. I'll blow that thing away, whatever it is. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button and help the channel out. And yeah, we'd love to read your comments that you give, so give us some comments, tell us what you think, and until next time, deuces.